Um, at the same time, we may feel that our spiritual master is not with us every day. He's not always there. And we may feel that we are still struggling alone with the three modes of material nature, with the mind, with the senses. And we may feel that it's not easy to maintain. But the blessings are there. The reality is our spiritual master is always with us. And one should think like that. Srila Prabhupada writes that he says Krishna is within the heart of every devotee. And Krishna is not alone. Krishna is there with all his associates. Krishna is there with his expansions. Krishna is there also with his devotees. And all the acharyas are present. And our spiritual master is present in our heart. So, in that way, we are never alone. Never. And we should always think that whatever I do it as an offering to my spiritual master. As if he's looking always over our shoulder. So when the spiritual master looks over our shoulder, then everything has to be acceptable to him. So the relationship with the spiritual master is that he's the representative of Krishna. We're taking these vows not to the spiritual master. He's the representative. These vows are taken, we are giving ourselves to Krishna. And these vows are taken for Krishna. Krishna is not here as the witness. Krishna is the receiver of our vows. We're offering to him, we're promising to him, not just to a spiritual master. So, in that way, the matter is serious. And when we think about that, we might feel some anxiety, because you think, how can I be sure that I can do this my whole life? Although we'll make a promise to follow this our whole life, in reality we live by the day, and we try and make every day a good day in our spiritual life. Every day we have a plan to chant our rounds, and every day we protect ourselves spiritually, and in that way we will last a lifetime. This is a very significant moment, because after many, many births one comes to this stage where actually one becomes connected with our parampara, and for that reason becomes an eligible candidate to go back to Godhead. Sampradaya bihina ye manta nisfala mata. It is said that without a connection with the Sampradaya, this mantra will not really produce the desired result. Although the chanting of the holy name does not depend on anything, still it's so hard to apply oneself. Therefore, the spiritual master is also our friend. We should understand he is our friend, and that cannot be destroyed or changed by anything. He remains, the spiritual master is always our friend. Srila Prabhupada used to sign his letters with your ever well-wisher. Your ever well-wisher. So that is the position. Your ever well-wisher means it doesn't change due to time. or due to circumstances. So it means also unconditional well-wisher. Unconditional well-wisher. So whatever anyone does, the spiritual master stays our well-wisher. So that is my meditation on this day. Because although you are you are speaking vows, and I'm not speaking vows, I'm equally making a vow by accepting you as my disciples. I'm making that commitment to be your ever well-wisher, for better or worse. But I hope for the better. Why not for the better? Nothing else makes sense. Over time, I have found that dealing with disciples is not exactly a matter of explaining a verse from the Bhagavad Gita or explaining a little bit of the philosophy, but that it also involves dealing with life. Because life itself sometimes takes us along on the current of time and the waves of the three modes of material nature in directions that we couldn't oversee. But we should know that actually the Bhagavad Gita is fully relevant at any moment in our life. The Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, these books are always relevant and always have an answer at every time. And we should therefore keep that connection somehow or other. One important point is that to never give up. In spiritual life, we never give up. We always carry on, even at times when we struggle. It doesn't matter. We never give up. Part of the vow is really that spirit, that because we realize it, that this is our saving grace. We're not taking initiation because we think that we are spiritually very powerful. We're not taking initiation thinking that on the strength of my determination, I will do it. I shall follow these principles. I will do it. Or on the strength of knowledge, that we will do it. One can only do it on the strength of mercy. One can only do it on the strength of bhakti. And bhakti is a gift. Real devotion for Krishna, real love for Krishna is a gift. It is a gift from Krishna and his devotees. So in this way, we should understand that the devotees will be inclined to give us mercy if we are serving them very nicely. Therefore, my request is that my disciples serve all the Vaishnavas very nicely. Someone wrote me a letter saying, is it all right if I serve another spiritual master? It's not only all right, it's a must. Serve them all as much as possible. And see that everyone is a spiritual master. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that Krishna to his disciples. He said, Krishna has been very kind to me because he sent all of you to help me to stay out of Maya. He said, because in your presence, you helped me to speak about Krishna. And by speaking about Krishna, I myself can remain absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So, there is a truth in that all of us are together. It is together. Each one has his role. Together, each one is serving in his own way. One may speak. Now that is my role at this point. Earlier in my life, others would speak, I would listen. Now I speak as my service. And by speaking about Krishna, I find shelter. And I'm in need for shelter. And by taking shelter, I'm a spiritual master. And in the same way, by taking shelter of service, of hearing, of chanting, in that way, you are a disciple. I was in one city, a big city, seated in a car, waiting for a driver who had just gone into a shop to buy something. And then it was summer, and people were sitting out on the terraces and having drinks and so on. And suddenly one man from the terrace who was sitting there drinking got up, and he knocked on the window of the car, so I opened it up, and he said, Haribol. I said, Haribol. He said, I'm also initiated, you know. And I said, oh, very nice. Haribol. And that was it. Right? That's like, and I was thinking, yeah, okay, nice, but what's the meaning? Right? What's the meaning of that? What's the meaning? The meaning only comes if we fill it in, if we are trying to invest in these vows. That's the idea. Invest. Invest more. Invest energy towards them. Then the vows will become very nice. If we don't invest energies, then the vows will look like burdens. But if we invest energy in them, then they become fruitful and very, very nice, and they will enrich our spiritual life. So actually, these vows are amazing. They're amazing, amazing opportunities. Amazing opportunities to start making investments for Krishna. Yeah. So so I'm speaking about the chanting of the holy name. I'm speaking about serving the Vaishnavas. I'm speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam. And with that, I'm kind of coming towards the 5 principal elements of bhakti, which Srila Prabhupada sort of made the center of his morning and evening program, which is chanting Hare Krishna, worshipping the deities. We are here. This initiation is taking place, especially in front of Lord Nrsingadev, who is the residing Lord in this temple, and also Gaurnitai are here. So, Lord Nrsingadev was in Mayapur, And we went on a parikrama to Nrsimhapalli, and we stopped at a few places. We went to Hare, which shows that the Lord is both Lord Vishnu and his expansion, Sadashiva. And thank you. Yes. It's cold here compared to South Africa. So the Lord, then we went with eagerness to Nrsimhapalli. There in Nrsimhapalli, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing. Is it that bad? If it's that bad, go behind. Then I want a cup of tea. As we were going on that parikram that particular day, we were remembering that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote 2 books about Sridham Mayapur. One book is the Navadvipam Mahatmya, and many devotees have read the Navadvipam Mahatmya because when you go in Mayapur on the parikrama, then they give you that. And then, so we went there to, the first place we went was Suvarna Bihar, which is a place about a great king in the Satya Yuga who later came back as an associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the main thing about that place, or an interesting thing about that place, is that it was discovered by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It was described by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but no one knew where the place was. But then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta discovered it and identified that place. And while we were there, we were discussing these 2 books, the Navadvipam Mahatmya, which describes the history. It describes that the Jalangi used to be there at Suvarna Bihar, and that Navadvip, everything was part of Navadvip, so they could walk all the way there. It was a long way. Nowadays, we have to go by boat, but so in that way the rivers moved a lot, and that's where Mahaprabhu would cross the river. And we were discussing how in his second book, the Navadvip Bhava Taranga, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing the same places. But this time, as he's describing these places, he is describing the internal experience that he has in each of the places. So it's also an interesting book. He's going through the same place, but now he's describing what's happening to him. So Suvarna Bihar was a place where Lord Chaitanya danced. It's a famous place where Lord Chaitanya would come for kirtan and he would dance in that place. So naturally, anyone would dance in that place. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur also danced in Suvarna Bihar. In Hare, etc. Naturally, we think of Advaita Acharya, who is none other than Sadashiva. Naturally, we think about Advaita Acharya who came to this world unsolicited. He came on his own. He was not asked. Lord Chaitanya came because Advaita Acharya did the worship at the Shalagram Shila and so on, and because Haridas was also praying. But Advaita Acharya came on his own. So see, that's why it says he came out of his own causeless mercy, because he cares for the fallen conditioned soul. Then we went on to, so we appreciated that, and we appreciated that we were dependent on mercy. That was very clear to us. As we were going to these places, we also looked at our own internal experience, and ours was dependence on mercy. And finally we came to Nrsimhapali, where Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed that Lord Nrsimhadev would please take away all impurities of the heart, so that natural love for Krishna will awaken. So it is a fact. Love for Krishna is already there in our heart. It is only due to some impurities that are there from many lifetimes that it is now covered. So we're praying to Lord Nrsimhadev on this day to please take away all the obstacles. Lord Nrsimhadev is Vigna Vinasan, or the remover of the obstacles. So it's auspicious to perform such ceremonies here, because Lord Nrsimhadev takes away the obstacles. So we can pray to Lord Nrsimhadev. We can also pray to Lord Chaitanya to somehow or other keep on showering us with mercy, even although we are not qualified. So it is on this strength, it is on the strength of His mercy that we are taking initiation in the first place. Otherwise, what would we be doing here, right? In such with such high standards of life. What would we have to do with such exalted principles that we are going to promise today? Without the mercy of Mahaprabhu, we would not have been here. Without the mercy of Mahaprabhu, we cannot stay here. And without the mercy of Mahaprabhu, we can never be successful. So we pray to Lord Chaitanya, please continue to shower us with mercy, although we are not deserving. That is our prayer. So it's a day of prayer. Blessings are there. All the Vaishnavas have come. All the sages have assembled. See, many great sages are seated here and have taken their birth in Vaishnava families to bless us. It's interesting, in this yajna, it's not always like that. It's a special feature that these sages have come. So that's nice. I'm also quite happy. I'm happy for all of you. Dr. Alex for being a real book distributor. That's not a small thing. This book distribution is so nice. Because we get blessed so much, and by giving so many blessings to others. And if we just meditate on giving mercy to others, then we can taste the amazing nectar that is there. Krishna is so present when one is there as his Sankirtan devotee. Then Krishna, when one dedicates his life to bringing Lord Chaitanya's mercy to others, then that's how we get the most mercy of Lord Chaitanya ourselves. So, if you can do this service, that's very nice. Very nice. And then Bhakta Martin, who in his hand holds a golden spoon. Whatever he cooks tastes like nectar. And just like Draupadi had a plate and she could produce unlimited quantities of prasad, Martin is like that, with that golden spoon. Or any spoon, actually. He can even cook when there are no spoons. So, somehow or another, he can cook. And that is a very important service. Ravindra Swarup likes to say that the army marches on its stomach. Yeah. And that is true. Without prasadam, it stops. It just, spirit, that's the end, you know. How long could it go on without prasadam? Everything stops. If prasadam stops, everything stops. So, therefore, I'm also very happy with that service of Martin. We go back a long way, in a way. Of all those who are here, we spend the most time together. He traveled with me also to South Africa, where they still remember him. They were saying, "How is Martin?" I said, "He's going to get initiated." He said, "Really? Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful." I said, "Give your blessings." So, Martin, you get the blessings from the South African devotees. and then we have here Bhakta Thomas and his mother Anika from Hungary. And, so it is nice. 2 generations in one family. I wish my mother would have taken initiation. It's nice. That's very nice in a family, yeah? My mother was nice, but she didn't take initiation. And the same thing, mothers are always having so many dreams for their son, and they're always thinking, "Oh, my son, I wish he becomes this, I wish he becomes that." And now, you know, we take initiation together, so now all these dreams become Krishna conscious. Oh, I hope my son is going to become a pure devotee. Oh, I hope he goes back to the spiritual world. So, you know, it's like you got a double guarantee now, because if one goes back, they will surely take the other. So this is also special. A mother and a son being initiated together. Yeah. So Krishna, it makes so many arrangements and plans for us. And I've never been to Hungary. They're from Hungary. But they've been sort of coming consistently. So this thing have come to pass. I remember many years ago when Hungary was still under a heavy totalitarian government, that the devotees were preaching underground, and I saw one video which impressed me a lot. And it was a video on New Year's Eve, right? So it was the same day as today. And the devotees, they went on a Harinam in Budapest at that time. But you know, it was impossible to go on Harinam. So what they did, they put on their coats and they kept their arms on the inside and they're playing kartals. So they're playing kirtans inside the boats. And then, and then chanting Hare Krishna very softly. But it was really ecstatic. And someone filmed it all. And I saw the film. And it was really ecstatic. It was really ecstatic. It was amazing. And then afterwards, they went to this apartment and then they cooked this big feast, and at the end there was the balloon puri and it was puffing up. And they scooped it out of the ghee and held it up to the screen, to the lens, and said, "And now you must come to taste it." That was the end of the movie. I remember that. Let's see. Maybe one day I'll come and taste Hungarian puris. I want only puris, no chapatis. So like this, it is very nice. We are all here by mercy, lots of mercy, and we already got so much mercy. I'm also sitting here by mercy of Lord Chaitanya, by mercy of the previous acharyas. When I first, I traveled in India and I got lots of mercy there. Because for a while I was living on the bank of the Ganga and just drinking Ganga water, taking bath in the Ganga, cooking with Ganga water, everything was Ganga water. So I got a lot of mercy there. And then that mercy, eventually, actually my first temple I ever came was a temple of Lord Ramachandra, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. So I got the mercy of Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. And I chanted first, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. But then I got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya's movement, the mercy of the devotees. In the holy Dham, someone told me, go to Vrindavan. So I went. And there in Vrindavan, somehow or other, I got so much mercy. Because Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, these places are filled with transcendental mercy. And somehow or other, our spiritual life depends on that. We must go to these places. We should not stay back. We should not think, oh, so much money. We should spend that money. We should go there, to these holy places, and pray, and roll in the dust, and go to the deities, because it will nourish us and sustain us. And when we're in those dhams, it's not a holiday. It is a holiday, but it's more than a holiday. It's a pilgrimage. We chant, we rest also. We also take nice prasads. And we relish. We get absorbed. We enter into some deep meditation. And if we do so, that will carry with us throughout the year. So much strength comes from the Dham. So in this way, that is another one of the 5 main angas, 5 principal limbs. Chanting the holy name of Krishna, the Mahamantra. Hearing, reading, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Worshipping the deity of the Lord. Then serving the Vaishnavas. And then, in the end, visiting the holy Dham. So all these things are our wealth. It is said, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Sei Mona Sampada. It is speaking about Rupa Manjari, and it says the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari. That is my wealth, says Narottam Das Thakur. So, we are servants of Rupa Goswami. So when we go to Vrindavan, we go to discover Rupa Goswami. We go to find out who is Rupa Goswami. We are going to find out where is Sanatan. What were they doing when they were here in Vrindavan? In this way, it is through the acharyas that we go. In Mayapur, we go just across the river to the house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And that will give us a meditation. Who was he? Every year I take devotees there for a parikrama. And it's a meditation. We make a relationship. So it's the relationship with all these acharyas that will sustain us. It's not just that we're going to promise to chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulative principles. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm really going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. That's going to be hard. But if we nourish, if we invest and offer this spiritual wealth to these vows, they'll be so wonderful. It will be so nice. So now, a lot of time has passed. I've not explained the 10 offenses against the holy name. So, the essence of the 10 offenses is that one should be respectful to the devotees, one should be respectful to the scriptures, one should be respectful to the rules and regulations of scriptures. And one should not think that chanting is karma kanda, that it will solve all our material problems. Chanting will awaken our love for Krishna. So like that, these 10 offenses, one should know by heart. And if you don't, then you should memorize them. So let us begin and take the vows. So, let us see how to do this. This plate, only this one. Only verse, yeah. Okay. Then, Bhakta Alex, if you come and sort of do a flat obeisance on this side. Let's see which one's which.
Om Simhacalam Krishna Prestara Putra Kadamba Kanana Swami Om Simhacalam Krishna Prestara Putra Kadamba Swami Om Simhacalam Krishna Prestara Putra Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pachamani Vishesha Shrivaram Pashcha Pradesha.
That's very good. Das war sehr gut. It says in scripture that one should say it out loud, and that was loud, so it's actually proper. And so he spoke all the mantras of the parampara. So, Bhakta Alex, what are the 4 regulative principles that you promise to follow for the rest of your life?
No intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no meat eating.
Yeah, including
eggs and fish.
Very good. And how many rounds are you promising to chant every day?
At least 16 rounds.
Okay, that is very nice. So from this day on, you will be known as Advaita Simha Das. So Simha means lion. And Advaita means Advaita Acharya. And it said Advaita Acharya, actually in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, they call him Advaita Simha. So it's not that I made up the name. it's in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's Advaita Simha. And he says, why am I like a lion? He says, my voice is very loud. Advaita Simha, his voice is very loud. So your voice also is loud. But not only is he very loud, no one can stand up against him. Advaita Acharya is very learned in Shastra. And Advaita Acharya is a very powerful preacher of the Bhagavad Gita, as it is. So may you also be a powerful preacher of the Bhagavad Gita, as it is. Hare Krishna. Martin. First class geeks. Looks like they've been in the kitchen. Fried. So Martin, what are the 4 regulative principles that you promised to follow?
No sex, no intoxication, no preparing and eating of meat, fish and eggs.
It's important for a cook, to make sure that we cover it from all angles. And how many rounds are you promising to chant every day? Thank you very much. So I've thought of a name that is the name of Krishna. And Krishna is he is the one who sustains the entire world, the whole earth. So Krishna always is protecting all living beings. He's the well-wisher of all living beings. So that would be the meaning of your name, the sustainer of the entire world, the servant of that Lord. So from this day on, you will be known as Mahi Bhartadas. I'll write it down later on. No time is more. It's one word. Mahi, Bharta. Bhat. Bhat. Hare Krishna.
Simhacalam Namo Vishnupadaya Srimati Swami Namo Vishnupadaya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Purvani Prachasti Virucheta Shunyavadi.
So what are the 4 regulative principles you promised to follow? the rest of your life?
No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication.
And the meat eating, what else?
No fish and eggs.
Yes, thank you very much. And how many rounds are you promising to chant every day?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Okay. So then, I thought of a name that relates you to the philosophy. Somehow or other, that's the name that stuck with me. When someone asked, how do you give names? Well, it's not that I look in a directory and sort of like look for a name. It's kind of, yes, sometimes I look up in some books some names, but then, because Srila Prabhupada would keep, generally speaking, the first letter of the name. In India that makes sense because oftentimes, according to the nakshatra, a person is given a name with a particular first letter. Anyway, so I kept the first syllable. But I want to give you a name which is based on one who deeply understands the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Somehow or other. That was my inspiration. So I'm not saying that today you deeply understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, but rather I'm saying that this name should be an inspiration to go very deep in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So from this day on, your name will be Tattvadarshan Das. And I don't know if there's another one in Hungary.
No, we don't know.
Doesn't matter. Mataji, please. Hare. Thank you. So what are the four regulative principles that you promise to follow for the rest of your life?
No intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex.
Okay, and then the no meat eating includes?
És akkor a húsevés mit tartalmaz még? No fish. No eggs.
That's good. And how many rounds do you promise to chant every day? Thank you very much. Nice. Okay. So then from this day on, you will be known as Aditya Devidasi.
Wow.
I'll write it down after. Aditya. Aditya. Okay, good. And his name, Tattvadarshan. Good. All right, thank you very much. So I would like to do a soft bhajan in the back.
Ja.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
now we chant together Mangala Charana prayers, and after few times, after every Svaha, Om Agyana Mirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Svaha Bandeham Shivro Vaishnavamscha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirada Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanditamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Srimate Kadamba Kanana Swami Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Gurudas Jayadvaita Swami Iti Namine Swaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Acharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Svaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhavani Devi Deitya Kripa Badhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Rabhave Namaha Madhyojvala Madhya Shirupanuga Bhaktida Shigora Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Gauravani Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Buddha Apasidhanta Hanta Harine Swaha Nama Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye
Sambodhe
Padambujaya
Te Namaha
Swaha
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 Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchitananda Namine Gaura Shakti Svarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Swaha Gaura Virabhava Umasvam Nirdesha Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannataya
Te Namaha
Swaha Vanchakalpa Karuvyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitana Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Swaha Pancha Tatvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Svarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam Swaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastute Swaha Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasya Kadamboja Radha Madana Mohana Swaha Divyat Vridaranaya Kalpadumada Srimat Ratnagara Singhasana Shishirada Shila Govinda Deva Preshtalibhi Sevyamano Smarami Swaha Shriman Rasarambhi Vamsivata Tasthita Karshandhenu Spanai Gopir Gopinatha Shriyestuna Swaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishadbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Swaha Jaya Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radharani Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda, Swaha, 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 Hare, Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare, Rama, 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 Hare, 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 Swaha, 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 Hare, Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare, Rama, 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 Hare, 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 Swaha, 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 Hare, Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare, Rama, 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 Hare, 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 Swaha, 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 Swaha. Now, Purna Huti. Banana. And after chanting mantras. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Gopi Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Jagadvitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Swaha Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste Narasingaya, Namaste Narasingaya, Radha Radha Hare Hare Jai Om Vishnu Bhakti Parivajika Jai Astotri Satisisi Abhaya Chalana